July 14th, 2025, a date that marks one of the fastest digital transitions in programming history. That's when Amazon Kiro was launched, and within just a single day, thousands of developers around the world jumped in to try it. I was one of them. I signed up for the trial version, explored it for a while, and a few months later, I received some free credits. The perfect excuse to finally start using Kiro for real development. So, in this video, I'm putting it to the test. I'll be building a simple expense manager app entirely with Kiro to see how well this tool holds up to its promise, from idea to implementation. I'll share my honest feedback along the way, what worked beautifully, and what didn't go quite as planned. Alright, let's jump straight in. After installation and setup, I've opened up a new folder inside AWS Kiro. Right here in the command bar, I'm typing my very first prompt. Create a simple expense manager app with React and TypeScript. Once I hit send, Kiro immediately gets to work. It starts building a specification document that outlines all the core functionality of the app. I can already see it has generated user stories with detailed acceptance criteria, almost like a Scrum Master. I can review or edit any part of it, and once I'm satisfied, I can click the button to move straight into the design phase. In the design document, I can see that Kiro has included everything: a high-level architecture diagram, the technology stack, and detailed breakdowns of components, interfaces, and custom hooks. It even covers data models, validation rules, and performance consideration. Basically, the kind of detail you'd expect in a full design handoff. I'll take a few minutes to review everything carefully, and once I'm happy with it, I'll move on to the next phase, creating the implementation task list. Now, Kiro has generated the implementation plan, and this is where everything really starts coming together. Inside the tasks.md file, Kiro has outlined a complete step-by-step build plan for the Expense Manager app. Each section is an actionable task that I can trigger one by one, and some even require my approval before executing commands. I started by triggering the very first task to set up the project structure, and that's where I hit my first obstacle. The npm create command was taking unusually long to finish, so I prompted Kiro to check what was going on. It quickly recognized the delay, canceled the process, and re-triggered the setup task automatically. From here onward, things mostly went smoothly. Occasionally, I had to re-trigger a few steps or skip a failing task and run it again, but overall the process was stable. After about an hour and a half, all the tasks had successfully executed, and I was finally able to launch my app locally. Seeing the Expense Manager come to life right inside my browser, fully generated through Kiro, was honestly pretty satisfying. So the app is finally up and running. I can see the expense form loading correctly, all the fields look good, and the layout is clean. But as soon as I try to add a new expense, the Add Expense button doesn't respond. Looks like we've hit our first real bug. The form submits visually, but nothing actually gets saved or displayed in the list. So even though the UI is working, the logic behind adding expenses isn't functioning as expected. After a few rounds of back and forth with Kiro, I kept describing the issue, that the Add Expense button wasn't saving any data. But on the fourth try, it finally worked, and the button started responding, and new expenses began appearing instantly in the list. So the app is now working, but I haven't done a full regression test yet. In summary, AWS Kiro is a really promising tool for quickly generating project specifications and setting up a solid code structure. However, if you plan to use it for building production-grade applications, it's important to review the generated code thoroughly and test everything properly. Overall, I'm impressed with how much it can automate, but it still needs a developer's judgment to make sure things are robust. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. I'll see you next week with another deep dive video.